Good afternoon and welcome. I am Jim Bean, Harvey Mudd College class of 1977 and chair of the Harvey Mudd College Board of Trustees. Welcome to the 65th annual commencement ceremony at Harvey Mudd College. The commencement is now in session. Please remain standing for the national anthem played by the brass quintet. The ceremony this afternoon honors the students who have successfully completed a rigorous program of academic study as required by the faculty of the college. Before that, however, the graduates-to-be should recognize and honor the family and friends who have come here to share this day with them. I ask the graduates to rise, turn to you, and with standing ovation and appreciation for the support they have received to make all this day possible. Thank you, members of the class of 2023. Now, please welcome Harvey Mudd College President Maria Clave to the podium.
To begin this ceremony, let us welcome our class of 2023, who are, after all, the reason we are here. And let us also recognize our trustees, administration, faculty, alumni, staff, and parents for their involvement in Harvey Mudd College, which makes today's ceremony possible. And given that today is May 14th and Mother's Day, a especially warm welcome to all the mothers in our audience. Happy Mother's Day. We will now award the Henry T. Mudd Prize. In 1992, the college began a tradition of recognizing, during commencement, one person who has contributed greatly to generations of students and to Harvey Mudd College. The first recipient of the Henry T. Mudd Prize was President Emeritus, Professor Emeritus, and Trustee Emeritus, Joseph Platt. By tradition, the selection of the awardee is done in secret, and the recipient is not informed until commencement. And sometimes we have to use a lot of bizarre ways to get that person to actually be here. The honoree will receive a $6,000 award, $3,000 of which is designated for use within the college at the discretion of the awardee. The citation reads, "For his exemplary service to Harvey Mudd College over the past 13 years, during which he has demonstrated an extraordinary level of care for each member of the college community. For his selfless dedication to our students and his willingness to listen and respond to student concerns. For his service to the broader Claremont College's community, including his work coordinating with his counterparts at the other colleges and supporting the students of many 5C and 7C student organizations. For his endless creativity and energy, which have produced innovations in service that directly respond to the needs of our students, faculty, and staff. For his enthusiasm and relentless drive to provide a positive impact in all of his interactions with students, faculty, staff, alumni, parents, and trustees. For his all-hands-on-deck approach to work and his willingness to step in and lend a helping hand no matter what the circumstance, from moving furniture to stuffing envelopes. For his superlative efforts during the pandemic, during which he worked closely with student leadership and multiple campus departments to organize an ever-changing response to our campus needs and served as a campus liaison to our furloughed employees, assisting them in navigating the unemployment process, as well as in applying for the college's Employees Emergency Relief Fund, EERF awards. Do you guys know who it is yet? Yeah. For his leadership of one of the largest departments on campus and for his true spirit of collegiality and respect, which exemplify every aspect of his work with his team. For his and his team's approach to service, providing extraordinary and individual support for all members of the college community with dietary concerns. Okay, that was key. For his innovative idea, shared during his interview before joining the college, to introduce the Copper Chef program for the students to build community around the shared meal and fun of a student competition. Miguel Rubalcaba. Okay, well, I have to say that this is the 17th time I've been announced the Mudd Prize recipient. I've never had so much clapping before, so I know we chose well. Miguel Rubalcaba, General Manager for Dining Operations, is hereby designated as the 2023 recipient of the Henry T. Mudd Prize. I just want to say, I've worked at many different universities and college during my career. Never, ever have I had as good food as we've had here at Harvey Mudd College.
Thank you to everyone, especially my staff. They've made a lot of this happen, and all the students, the committee, the community, but more especially and more important, all the class of 2023, congratulations, all of you, you did it.
Our next presenter is Sonia Petra Bliss. Sonia is from Claremont, California. She majored in computer science and plans to work as a software engineer at Nike. While at Mudd, Sonia enjoyed making music in the Jam Society room and being a part of Blam. Please join me in welcoming Sonia to the stage.
Hi, everyone. I want to start by saying congratulations. We're going to hear that word many times today, but that's how it should be. Our journey has been a map to these chairs, to these caps and these gowns, to this stage, and we finally arrived. I know that everyone's journey here was unique, and it would be impossible for me to speak for all of you, and I wouldn't want to. How could I give your story justice? So instead, I ask that you please let me tell you my story. From the beginning of my time at Mudd, my schedule was consumed with volleyball. I even missed most of freshman orientation because I had practice. Within a few weeks of being here, it seemed like everyone had already made their friends, and I hadn't made any. I ate lunch alone every day. I'll read you the poem that I wrote at the beginning of freshman year. The power of a smile, or a wave across the room, tells me I'm alive and here, and I mean something to you. I may not be important, or you don't like me at all, but at least I know I'm real. I'm not invisible. I often wonder if I vanished, if anyone would care, if anyone would even notice that I'm no longer there. I wondered if I left tomorrow, who would give me thought? But you smiled and you waved at me, so thanks. It means a lot. I wrote this poem after class. I was walking back to my room and saw everyone laughing with their friends. I could tell how happy everyone was, and I desperately wanted that for myself too. Then I heard someone yell, "Sonia!" and run over. It was Mavis. They said that they had seen me around and that they would love to be friends. They asked for my number so that we could get lunch or hang out sometime. I cried on the walk all the way back to Case. Then I sat down and I wrote that. I never thanked Mavis for that moment, but it was truly one of the most moving moments of my life. Although to anyone who saw it, it probably seemed so simple. From then, I came out of my shell a little bit, but not fully. My beautiful roommate, Mallory, introduced me to some of her amazing cross-country friends, but I was too shy to eat with them, so I still ate alone. A few weeks later, when I was eating by myself at the Hawk, I heard again, "Sonia!" I looked across all the tables and heard, "Why are you eating alone?" They ran over, looked at my open computer, and yelled, "Oh my God, are you eating alone while watching a Korean drama?" I remember they yelled so loud and I was so embarrassed. It was Bradley. He would yell like that, wouldn't he? But he came over and he helped me with my stuff and he led me to his table. He introduced me to every single one of his friends, and from there, my world opened up. The way that many of you know me now is vastly different from who I was then. I get excited for meal times every day because I get to sit with all my friends. Some of my favorite memories are of us freestyling at the table. We stay up late watching reality TV or playing video games. We grind homework till 1 a.m., then drive to Cane's or In-N-Out. Someone told me this year that they can tell when I'm around because my laugh is so loud, which is kind of shady, but also a testament to how far I've come. Loneliness makes you shy. It sucks away your confidence and it makes you feel voiceless. And I want to thank everyone here who called out to me and who lent me their voice so that I could find mine. So, since I failed to introduce myself to many of you when we first got here, I'd like to introduce myself before we leave. My name is Sonia Bliss, and I am so honored to have shared a home with you these past few years. It has been the blessing of a lifetime to have been able to learn from you and alongside you. I am proud to be a member of this graduating class, and I am proud of the lifelong connection we share because of it. We have failed together, and we have succeeded together, and seeing your drive and your perseverance has been truly inspiring. The community we have is so special, and I'm sure that we have all become a better version of ourselves because of it. I want to thank every professor for their passion and patience. You remember our names long after we've taken your classes, and we'll forever appreciate you curving our grades. Thank you to every single person who's explained a problem or concept to someone else. And thank you to everyone who's ever raised their hand to ask the question we were all thinking. Thank you to every Gruder, you're Mudd's front line, and I feel like you should be given pre-boarding at airports or something, honestly. Thank you to every event and party organizer. You continue to create a space for us to come together and to make some of our most wonderful memories. Shout out to every club who opened their arms to new members, to Wednesday Nighters for giving us the opportunity to share our passions and talents, to Jam Society for letting me pretend to be a rapper. Thank you to dorm staff, the presidents, the proctors, the mentors, to every Hawk employee for the delicious cookies and for letting us squeeze an unreasonable number of people at one table. I'm gonna take this opportunity to rescind a thank you from anyone who's ever stacked my cup. There's a special place in hell for you. And from everyone sitting here, thank you to admissions, honestly, for letting us all in. Thank you to every single member of our community and every single one of you for making this a truly life-changing experience. As we all begin our next chapter, I would like to leave everyone with a lesson that my dad taught me and something that I learned for myself while here. There is nothing more important or that will bring us more joy than the relationships we form with the people around us. We've all met some of our best friends here, and these are friendships that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. That is the greatest gift that Mudd has given us. I am confident that each and every one of you will do amazing things, and that each and every one of us will be in your corner as you do it. We've been here for 4 years, and it is now our turn to go into the world with kindness, intelligence, and love. We have learned so much here, and we have a lifetime of learning ahead of us. I hope we can all leave here with confidence in who we are and in our ability to impact change. Together, we are an amazing, unique, and powerful group of people, and I cannot wait to see everyone go out and share what we've learned with the world. Thank you for helping me grow into myself. I'm eternally grateful. I wish you all the best of luck, but I don't think any of you need it. Thank you.
Okay, I hope every single one of us is going to go visit Sonia at Nike and walk in and go, Sonia! Thank you so much. Your speech was exactly about being at Mudd and how easy it is to be lonely and how easy it is for someone to reach out and completely destroy that loneliness. And, you know, one of the wonderful things about being a member of the Mudd community is that we have learned that we have friends who are going to support us no matter what. And as our graduates go forth, you need to take that into each of the communities you're going to join. Because not every graduate from a college has this experience. And particularly not every graduate in computer science, engineering, physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, etc. It's not that unusual to feel pretty much alone. So take the warmth and love and helpfulness of Mudd with you, just as Sonia said. I'm now delighted to welcome today's commencement speaker, tech and nonprofit entrepreneur Michael Ellison. Michael is co-founder and CEO of CodePath, an organization working to create the most diverse generation of engineers, CTOs, and founders. CodePath provides industry-vetted courses, internships, and career support for students who are underrepresented in technology fields. CodePath students train with senior engineers, intern at top companies, receive mentoring and networking opportunities, and learn the personal and career skills they need to land a job in the tech industry, pursue a successful and meaningful career, and spark economic mobility for future generations. Since its founding in 2017, CodePath has partnered with more than 70 colleges and universities and provided resources and support for more than 20,000 students. Students from CodePath are now working at over 2,000 companies. Drawing from his personal journey as someone who grew up in a low-income household without access to pre-college computer science classes, Michael's ultimate vision for CodePath is to change the systems that foster inequities in the tech industry. Prior to founding CodePath, Michael founded Classmetric, a customer data hub that later became Segment and was acquired by Twilio for $3.2 billion. Oh my goodness. Michael, you're going to make a major donation to Harvey Mudd College. Michael is also a founding board member of Women Who Code. He is a Schmidt Futures Innovation Fellow and a member of the Jobs for the Future Racial Economic Equity Advisory Council. He was recognized as an industry change maker, part of Walmart's Black and Unlimited initiative during the 2022 NAACP Image Awards. Michael has dedicated his career to creating more equitable access to and success in STEM and technology fields. Please join me in welcoming Michael Ellison.
Thank you. I'm grateful and humbled to be with you today. Thank you, President Clave, for inviting me. Thank you, trustees, faculty, and parents. Most of all, thank you and congratulations, Harvey Mudd Class of 2023. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you today. Harvey Mudd cultivates some of the finest minds in the fields of science, technology, and engineering. So there is no doubt you're a group of brilliant high achievers. And while you've certainly worked hard to get here, I stand before you today to challenge you even further. I want you to think bigger, dream bolder, to have the courage to be audacious. The world will change more in the next 20 years than it has in the past 100. And whether you are ready for the responsibility or not, your generation may be the most impactful in human history. The first person to live to 150 years old may have already been born. You may witness the colonization of Mars. It is you who will decide if the incredible rise of AI and automation will lead toward global prosperity or dystopian inequality. You are the last generation that can stop climate change. In short, you have the opportunity to become the greatest generation ever. What each of you decides to do or not to do is going to change the world. And that's the real reason I accepted President Clave's invitation to be here today. I'm here to recruit you, to recruit all of you to change the world. That's my obsession. I want it to be yours too, because the future is now in your hands. Over 20 years, I founded 6 companies. I've worked with leaders across the Fortune 500, tech startups, government, philanthropy. What's clear to me is that those who genuinely believe they can change the world, those are the ones who do. If you believe you can, you will. But how does one go about changing the world? I believe there are 3 key steps, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Step number 1, be audacious. My college graduation was 13 years ago. We had over 6,000 graduates. It was a great ceremony. or so I was told. The truth is, I wasn't there. But first, let me back up a bit. I grew up in rural Maine. When I was 5 years old, my father was incarcerated. My parents split. We became homeless. I moved 12 times over the course of the next 5 years. Despite the challenges, we valued education. My mom did her best to make sure that we went to good schools, even if that meant 2-hour-plus commutes. Like it was yesterday, I can still remember those ice-cold 4 a.m. showers. We'd have to walk 10 minutes to go to the dock, take a 45-minute ferry ride from the island to the mainland, then drive an hour across 2 towns, all to go to a school in a place we couldn't afford to live. But I always felt lucky. My mother believed in me, and that made me feel like I could do anything. I learned a lot from my dad, too, from the times he was around and from the times he wasn't. He wasn't afraid to dream big, even when our world was small. When I got to college, I signed up for everything that scared me, which at that time was basically everything. I liked math and science, so I enrolled in computer science, but I dropped out my first semester. My parents had sacrificed so much for me. I couldn't give up. I became obsessed with thinking differently, so that for once, I could be in control. I felt so far behind my peers, but I didn't just want to catch up. I wanted to get ahead. I worked hard, but with 6 months till my college graduation, I still had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I needed to be audacious, but how? My brother had an adjunct professor at NYU. I heard that he was starting a tech startup. This was my chance. The timing was perfect. I reached out to him on Twitter. After a few months of persistence, he agreed to meet me for dinner in Boston. At dinner, I passionately pitched him. I told him about how hard I worked and how my entire life had prepared me for exactly this moment to join him in his new venture. He said, "You're ambitious. I'll give you that. But you have no skills. Why would I partner with a kid?" He goes back to New York. I'm still in Boston. 2 months till graduation. I refused to give up. And I decided I would just work for him without his permission. I just did things, anything I thought might be helpful to him. User research, product recommendations. I even tried to send customers his way. First, he just ignores me. Then he eventually responds, "What are you doing? You are annoying. Stop that." Another week goes by. "Don't you have anything better to do?" But I didn't stop. I kept at it. After 1 month of annoying him, he let me sit in on a meeting with his engineering team, but just to take notes. I don't just take notes. I try to contribute as much as possible. After that, he lets me become his assistant. By the time of my college graduation, I was his co-founder. I'd gone from dropping out of computer science just a few years before to running product and engineering for a multi-million-dollar tech startup. My co-founder was a Fortune 500 C-suite executive. So I was incredibly lucky. But I was also audacious enough to believe I could create my own luck. You do that by taking risks, by thinking big, by not letting your past mistakes or your current environment define you. Excellence is not enough. You have to be audacious. Step 2, embrace failure. Unfortunately, if you are truly audacious, you will probably fail. The startup I mentioned was actually my second company. You see, I founded my first company when I was 19. My co-founder was 18. We started a nonprofit to provide low-income high school students with mentors and tutors. We really believed we would change education. In our first 2 years, we had Boston Public Schools and the city of New York as customers. I got invited to speak at Harvard Business School when I was 20. I was in love with entrepreneurship, and it felt like nothing could stop us. And man, were we audacious. Calling heads of foundations, showing up uninvited to swanky black tie events, telling education experts why they were wrong and we were right. I barely knew what a nonprofit was, and there I was saying I was going to change the entire education system. It was exhilarating. We were so naive, it was embarrassing. In 2007, we were rapidly expanding. Revenue had doubled year over year. Then the 2008 financial crisis hit. Most of our funding vanished overnight. In a last-ditch effort, we tried to save the nonprofit. We threw a Hail Mary fundraiser during President Obama's first inauguration. In the month leading up to the event, I slept an average of 2 to 3 hours a night. Failure was not an option. And we put everything into that fundraiser. In the end, we barely broke even. But what actually broke that night was us. I can't even describe to you how painful it is to stake your identity, your world, on a dream, and to have that dream suddenly die. Being audacious is hard, and you will probably fail. When my identity as a social entrepreneur was shattered, I wondered what I would do. Who would I be? And what about all the people who had believed in me? The trauma was too much for my co-founder to take. She never found another company again. But that failure taught me that my desire to improve the education system wasn't just a passion, it was an obsession. I failed forward, trying again and again. I went on to found 2 additional nonprofits. I founded 3 tech companies, and I got lucky again. One of my companies was acquired for over $3 billion. I continued to make mistakes, but each time I failed smarter. If you are audacious, you will fail many times, sometimes spectacularly. You must embrace this. Today, I'm 20 years into entrepreneurship. I still make mistakes every day. I still feel like I'm at the beginning of my journey. But more than ever, it's clear to me that the many failures are my greatest assets. If you can persist through failure, you will find your purpose, what you are called to do. You will think differently because you will have lived differently. So embrace failure. But fail smarter, fail forward. Those failures will be your greatest learning opportunities. Now, those first 2 steps are incredibly powerful yet simple mindset shifts. They will enable you to find your purpose, to create your own luck, and discover new ways of seeing the world. While these 2 mindsets are more than enough to be successful, they are nowhere near enough to change the world. So what's the missing ingredient? Step 3, invest the time to become great. I first thought I was going to change education 20 years ago. In the first 5 years, audacity, failure, and persistence turned my passion into purpose. I learned about the root causes of inequality. Over the next 5, I leaned into coding, technology, and tech startups to understand how to build programs that scaled like products. The last 10 have been about applying what I learned to drive systemic change, institutional change. And I think we are close. We are so close to making education work more like software. Can you believe that some tech investors see as high as 1,000x returns? Just imagine, what if we saw those same impossible returns from our classrooms? Not just for the most wealthy, but for all students. And with technologies like generative AI, I believe we're just a few years away. But who am I to make such bold claims? Truth is, I'm just a small town kid from rural Maine who wanted to dream big. Bill Gates once said, people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they underestimate what they can do in 10. Don't underestimate what you are capable of. All you need is time. And when you find your purpose, take your time. Don't let others tell you what you can't do. As I mentioned at the start of this address, your generation has the opportunity to become the greatest in history. The world needs you to dream bigger, to focus on the problems that can't be solved in a year, 5 years, or maybe even 10. If you can be audacious, if you can embrace failure, if you can invest the time to become great, I know you will change the world. Thank you, Harvey Mudd graduating class of 2023.
Thank you. That was quite an inspirational story and message, and it really rings very true with me. We deeply appreciate your willingness to be here and your work to improve the teaching of science to create better informed citizens. Now, to the main reason we're here. On Friday, the Board of Trustees received a resolution from the faculty to grant degrees to members of the class of 2023. The board approved the resolution unanimously. I call upon Tom Donnelly, Dean of the Faculty, to present the candidates.
Will the Bachelors of Science degree candidates of the class of 2023 please rise? Mr. Chair, on behalf of the faculty of Harvey Mudd College, it is my great pleasure and privilege to present the candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Science.
Upon recommendation of the faculty and approval of the Board of Trustees of Harvey Mudd College, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. I now would like to introduce Tira Briggs, Vice President of Admission and Financial Aid, who will read the names of the 2023 candidates.
All right, class of 2023, we knew you were amazing when we admitted you. And Sonia, while we appreciate the shout out, each of you earned your way here. So let's do this. Anna Ding. Marcos Acosta. Josephine Arcaron Adams. Tomas Aguilar Fraga. Inji Anale. Elena Lee Anderson. Emily Ann Anton. Anan Aramthanapan. Rex Asabor. Joaquin Baca. Katie Wu. Ezra Kavika Bacon Gershman. Jeremy Kanachukwu Bakken. Melis Baltan Brunet. R.J. Barnes. Adam Ray Beckwith. Eleanor Perot Bentley. Hannah Lane Betts. Arpita Bhutani. Albany Blackburn. Ella Rose Blake. Sonia Bliss. Meredith Bloss. Nicholas Casañas. Jackson Tyler Castro. Helen Chafee. Liam Nigel Chalk. Claire Chang. Wyatt Darren Chang. Jessica Chavez. Andrea Chen. Jacinda Chen. Yim Chen. Sydney Chenevert. Ashley Tin-Young Chung. Miles Dayon Christensen. Miles Cook. Nestor Casas Cordia. Sydney Cornell. Eric Corona Osiguera. Evan Colson. Christopher Gray Cotto. Arissa Charlize Cowie. Shaheen Colin Barrettlew. Cossack Doss. Ian Alexandre de Marcellus. Kai Detman. Danica Du. Kathleen M. Durkin. Emma Rose D. Lucas Bo Ewing. Miles Fabre. Ava Jean Fassetti. Aldrin Raphael Feliciano. Ethan Flanagan. Ruby Foxall. Tobias Frank. Hannah Yael Friedman. Austin Tyler Froelich. Eugene Song Gao. David Garcia. Coleman Jacob Glidden. Bradley Joseph Gonmia. Christian Gonzalez. Rafael Campbell Gonzalez. Arya Vikranth Gautam. Jonathan Todd Griffin. Alexander Grijalva. Nicholas Michael Grisanti. John Masanobu Hearn. Natalia Blue Hernandez. Penelope Hernandez. Roman Yamashita Herrera. Harrison Ross Magellan Hibbett. Gracie Ray Hebert. Madison Taylor Hobbs. Cynthia Hiromi Hom. Max Hui. Jordan Gabriel Thurman Hunt. Irina Iwasa. Izzy Jackson. Kelvin D. Jameson. Mallory Janae. Justin Jong. Catherine Abigail Johnson. Lillian Louise Paul Johnson. Michelle Johnson. Anshul Kamath. Zoe Kadzierski. Jacob Abraham Kelber. Occam Kelly Graves. Annika Carre. Kaya Mendy Alexander Kingston. Kevin Kong. Cade Critch. Anna Kretzinger. Hannah Kime. Audra Lane. Kaya Nicole Lane. Jiaping Li. Jennifer Jin Lee. Emma Grace Licky. Jose Liera. Kobe J.H. Lin. Andy Jialing Liu. Si Hei Lo. Ishel Lopez. Kunyong Alicia Liu. Elizabeth Rebecca Lucas Foley. James Lucasen. Nathaniel Ryan Lewis. Michelle Christie Lum. Isabel Sarah McGinnity. Kip Moxai Gorin. Amane Rune Maina Shilos. Alessandro Maiuolo. Yoni Maltzman. Madeline Mansfield. Jessica Marvin. Madeline Masserfry. Emerson McMullen. Amber Elizabeth Means. Elise Marie Schoenhoff Mike. Ruth Alemo Mekonnen. Manuel Alejandro Mendoza Manriquez. Zoe Mesnerich. Malia Morgan. Aaron Murdoch. Gregory Lee Murphy, Jr. Nathan Nabel. Noah Nevins. Prakod Namlamai. Tanis Nielsen. Cooper Nissenbaum. Jean-Pierre Nizeyumakiza. Nanako Noda. Shoshana Novik. Declan O'Neill. Olivia Leolani Owen. Kanthi Pandagunta. McKenna Elizabeth Parkinson. Eve Aretta Paulson. Cora Emerson Payne. Catherine Lynn Perkins. Catherine Weaver Phillips. Jonathan Henry Pick. David Haskell Pitt. Anya Porter. Kamarion Marquis Porter. Jocelyn Prado. Drew Pronovo. Amy Chun. Isabella Quintas. Sidhant Rastogi. Nathan Roach. Luke Christopher Rodley. Olivia Russell. Tyson J. Saena. Alina Ivanivna Saratova. Anirudh Satish. Raj Sani. Juliana Johanna Skalkvik. Alexander Harrington Schlegel. Bryn Schoen. Hallie C. Daniela Sechin. Satvik Sejpal. Thaxter Benjamin Shaw. Joseph Robert Sherby. Ian Douglas Shores. Mahira Sogal. John T. Solomon. Hanifa Somji. Mavis Violac Stone. Max Shostak. Amy Tam. Sydney Soleil Taylor. Maxwell Solomon Thumb. Hector Tierno. Zoe Catherine Tokheim. Olivia Tuffley. Cedar Frederick Turek. Christian Valdivinos. Valentina Vajalta. Alec Vercruci. Celine Wang. Sindhan Sungdon Wong. George Wong. Catherine C. Wong. Catherine Wong. Waverly Li Ting Wong. Shinipa Watanakulchat. Harry Wheel. Trenton Wesley. Isabel Marie West. Lauren West. Mason Ray. Laura Wu. Sean Wu. Sitsi Wu. Ching Yang. Justin Ye. Andrew Yu. Joseph Quinn Zales. Ria Zaverchand. Nick Zemtsov. April Zhao. Congratulations to the HMC class of 2023. The graduates we honor today have achieved a new status at the college, that of HMC alumni. Here to welcome you to that amazing group is Emeritus Trustee Greg Ray of the Class of 2000, President of the Alumni Association.
I'm very happy to be here today to welcome the class of 2023 into the Alumni Association of Harvey Mudd College. Congratulations to all of you. As a proud alum of Harvey Mudd, I know how much work this was. As I'm welcoming you into the Alumni Association, I have a couple of thoughts I want to share. First, a request. Please stay in touch with the College and Alumni Association. This is partly a selfish request on my part. In the years since my graduation, I've met some very good friends at alumni events, both from the classes that preceded mine and from the more recent classes. The events that the Alumni Association helps organize range from Zoom interviews with notable alumni, to happy hours at various cities around the world, to trips to China and Antarctica. I've got pictures of myself with penguins. One thing I know when I sign up for one of these events is that I'm going to have a great time. The Alumni Office also has a series of events targeted towards our Gold alumni. That's gold for graduates of the last decade, so keep your eyes open for announcements of those. I'd also ask you to come back for Alumni Weekend. Most of us only come back for our reunion years, but if you happen to be in the area, it's a great way to meet a wide variety of Mudders. And before I close, a little bit of advice while I have the podium. First, you didn't learn everything you needed to know to do whatever you're going to do at whatever's happening next in your life. You might not even stay in the same field. I majored in math and computer science with the intent to be a theoretical computer scientist, and my career so far has ranged from being a software engineer to working on political campaigns to producing and managing theatrical productions on Broadway. There's a lot that's interesting out there, and with the technical prowess and breadth across the sciences and humanities you've worked on at Harvey Mudd, you're capable of working on whatever life throws at you. I've heard previous alumni presidents, when they give this address, say that what you did at Harvey Mudd will be the hardest thing you'll ever do. And that might well be true. But I know a few people who might beg to differ. People who have founded startup companies, or worked on political campaigns, or brought a show into Broadway with only 2 months' notice. Not all of these things are technically difficult, but there are times when I was doing all of those things where I worked at least as hard as I did at Harvey Mudd. I hope you'll find the things that are worth working on, no matter hard they may be. And a note about that startup company I mentioned a second ago. It failed. I don't think I'm going to talk about failure as eloquently as our speaker did, but don't be afraid of failure. Every successful person I know has experienced some failure, though they probably don't always talk about it too much. Just make sure that when it happens to you, you learn from the experience. Above all else, congratulations for your accomplishments at Harvey Mudd College. Stay connected, even if all that means is staying in touch with your friends, and drop me a line if you're ever in New York. And one last time, welcome to the Alumni Association of Harvey Mudd, and good luck in all your endeavors.
Thank you, Greg. Well, just because both our commencement speaker and Greg spoke about failure, I'll just mention that this is my 17th and final commencement at Harvey Mudd College. And when I arrived at Harvey Mudd, I had advice that I shared openly, which was fail often and openly. Okay, so fail often because if you're not failing often, you're not reaching high enough. And fail openly because if the president can fail openly, it encourages others that it's okay to fail as well. Well, within my first few months of being here, a faculty member came up to me and said, "Maria, could you just stop failing so openly and often?" So I stopped saying it, but now that I'm leaving Mudd, I can probably start saying it again. I want to start by saying congratulations to all of our wonderful graduates, to your families, to our amazing faculty and staff who've worked with you over the last 4 years, or possibly 5, and to our superb trustees who support everything we do at Harvey Mudd College. As I just said, this is my 17th and last commencement as president at Mudd. And I know many of you have heard me say this 25 times already in the last week. I have loved this role more than any other in my career, and I'm incredibly proud of everything our community has achieved. And I just want to mention that I was really struck by how many members of BLAM we had graduating today. I'm pretty sure that is a record for Harvey Mudd College. And I am so proud of everyone who graduates from Harvey Mudd College. But I'll say in my first commencement, there might have been 2 black students graduating. Over the last 17 years, the efforts of our entire community, faculty, staff, students, family, alumni, and trustees have demonstrated that women, people of color, and members of the LGBTQIA+ community and other underrepresented groups can excel in all STEM disciplines. Our graduates are eagerly recruited by top companies and graduate programs, and they thrive in their careers. The number of applicants to the college has almost tripled during the time I've been here. These achievements required vision, innovation, creativity, hard work, and persistence, and could not have happened without the contributions from all parts of our community. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone. I'm being very honest when I say it took all of us. Just as people say it takes a village to raise a child, well, it takes an entire community to make the kinds of changes we have successfully made at Harvey Mudd College. It took an incredible amount of work by our faculty, staff, and students, our alumni, and our trustees. And I am so grateful to everyone who's been part of that. Graduates of the class of 2023, the world needs you more than ever before. The world needs people well-versed in science, engineering, and mathematics, and in humanities, social sciences, and the arts who understand the impact of their work on society. It needs people committed to collaboration and to helping others. It needs people who are curious and love learning and are dedicated to diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. You have the knowledge, skills, and values to make significant contributions throughout society. I am so proud of each and every one of you. That concludes the 65th annual commencement ceremony of Harvey Mudd College. Will the audience please remain standing and allow the academic procession to exit the site to the back of the tent, that way. And then please follow our graduates to the reception at the Shanahan Center for Teaching and Learning, back on Harvey Mudd College. Thank you all for being part of my journey. I'm an incredibly lucky person, and I'm just so happy to have spent the last 17 years with this community. Thank you.
Claremont.